should have mentioned, always put collars on the end of the bar just for safety, okay? On any exercise you're doing with the barbell, including your barbell bench, your cleans, your squats, bent over row, just for safety, okay? Squat, okay? So you get yourself in under the bar. You want the bar to sit just on your upper traps, okay? Just not on your neck, okay? On your upper traps. Keep your hands in relatively tightly, because that basically gives yourself a better shelf, all right, for that bar to sit on, and it's a nice strong position to go from, okay? Get ourselves in and squeeze up through, lift the bar up, take a few steps back, and again, if you have a spotter, the spotter will stand right behind you, and just keep your hands like quite close, so that if you're really struggling, they just give you a little help up, and then help you in to get the bar safely back into the rack, all right? So that would look like something like this. Just stay in behind to help, walk you in, and help you get the bar back onto the rack, okay? So we lift it up, take a few steps back, feet shoulder width apart, and again, it's a movement, all right? Back through your heels, nice and strong. No shearing forward, all right? So breathe in on the way down. Back onto the heels, get down to 90 degrees, squeeze, and come all the way up again, all right? Nice and strong. So breathe in, and breathe out on the way up. Breathe in, and breathe out, nice and strong. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Just go from the side again, all right? So you'll see that my back stays nice and straight with good posture, and I have really good knee angle and hip angle, all right? My head, my chin stay in neutral, so I'm not looking up like that. There's no need, all right? Just put your neck in a unsafe position, okay? So breathing in, back down through, and squeezing up. Breathing in, and squeezing up, okay? So what we don't want is a movement forward there where your hips are out of sync with your knees, okay? So always working back down through, staying nice and strong, and squeezing up. Okay, this is a hex bar deadlift. So hex bars are most gyms now, and again, I prefer doing it. It just allows you to offload your knees a little bit more. You'll see that most of them have two different handles, so obviously that affects how low you can go. If you use the handle that's on the frame, you will go lower, all right? So you'll have to be slightly lower. If you can rep there, okay, do, because it gets you to about 90 degrees. So what we want is obviously good posture again, good hip control, good pelvis control, nice and strong through the middle, all right, good posture, good head position, etc. So your hands will just go in the middle of the bar, dropping down into good position, and really pushing up through your chest, all right, so your chest is prominent. So what we don't want is that happening, all right, see that a lot. So you sort of like try to lift with your legs, and then you lift with your back. We need everything to work in unison. So to do that, really emphasize and be prominent through your chest, all right? So if you feel your chest, you can't see your chest anymore, it's because your hips have come up too early. So again, breathing in, all right, we breathe in, brace at the bottom, and squeeze up through. Okay, so turn that around slightly. Again, feel the weight down through your heels, and push all the way up through. Back down through, and push all the way up through. Again, staying nice and strong in your upper back so that everything's working. And again, it's a fantastic exercise for multiple muscle groups, growth hormone, everything through. Technically, you must do it right. This is a counter movement jump. So some of you have got it in your programs, a 3 and 4 session a week plan, where you do a squat or a hex bar deadlift. You superset that with a counter movement jump. So counter movement jump is as follows: hands on hips. All right, what we want to do is drop down and jump as high as you can up through. Okay, so nice and explosive. I think it's 3 reps after that. So it'll be okay. This is a goblet squat. So a dumbbell held like so. All right, so it'll just sit onto your chest, elbows quite tight, holding that dumbbell nice and securely. So again, we want to drop back down through your heels until your knees or elbows reach knees, and squeeze up through. So just from the side, all right, dropping down through your heels, squeezing up through your glutes. So again, if it's a tempo, if there's a 3-1-1, it'll be 3 seconds down. So nice deep breath down. Hold and push. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 1, 1. All right, breathe in on the way down. And breathe out on the way up. Okay, this is a sumo squat. So feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. The dumbbell or kettlebell will just hang there, but again, we don't want the shoulders or back to sag like so. We want to keep really good posture all the way up through. Weight down through heels, and what we want to do is just let your arms just slide in between your knees, all right, to the point where my elbows are basically at my knees, and squeeze up through. Again, breathing in on the way down and breathing out just from the side. Again, we don't want posture, all right, to lose posture on the way down. We want to really hinge through your hips, staying nice and strong all the way up through. Okay, this is a clean now. Hopefully we'll be back to school before any of the guys on the 3 to 4 sessions a week get to it, because it's a very technical exercise, and it's an important exercise to do, but it's important to get it right, okay, before you sort of progress. But basically, you take a grip just outside hip, okay, and we want to try and clean from the ground, okay, so in a really controlled manner. It's basically, you're going to go from here, hips up through, shrug, elbows, and then drop down to catch the bar here, all right, with elbows nice and high. And again, if you've got a brush shaft or anything at home, it's just a great training tool to try and do the full movement technically first before you try and do it with any weight. Okay, so with weight, it looks something like this. Okay, this is a Swiss ball hamstring curl. So Swiss ball on the floor, both feet on top of the ball with a little bit of a gap. Shoulders and head relax down. Use your elbows as a little bit of support. So all you want to do is squeeze your glutes and come up into that nice straight bridge line, and then just pull your heels towards your arse. Alright, so pull in, nice and control the way, pull in, nice and control the way, pull in, nice and control the way, and get your breathing. So breathe out and breathe in on the way out. Now the progression to that is a single leg, so same thing, 2 legs on, up you come, bring one off, and then pull in with the working leg. Now single leg is a lot harder than double leg, so just be very, very careful whenever you're doing it. So other side, 2 feet on, bring yourself up, take one off, and pull, and pull, and pull. Try to keep your hips up as much as possible. Okay, this is a barbell hip thrust. So what you want to do is get a bench that when you get down onto the ground, like so, if you have a partner, you get him just to drop the bar onto your hips. Your shoulder blades, just the bottom of the shoulder blades, should just be catching on the end of the bench. Feet and heels, alright, flat on the floor. And what we want to do is just squeeze the glutes and push them at that sort of a plane towards the ceiling. Okay, so breathe in and push out. Okay, breathe in the way down, disengage your glutes, squeeze them again, and push up through. Push up through. Again, try and keep your head in a really neutral position just to protect your neck. Squeeze up through, down, and push up through. Fantastic exercise for glutes and core strength. The single leg hip thrust, we want to use a dumbbell or plate, alright, whatever is more comfortable. So we get down, and again it's the same position as the barbell hip thrust. Shoulder blades just catching on the end, alright. If I'm working my right leg, my left hand will be on the floor just to support my balance, and my right hand is just on the weight, alright. So what we want to do is keep your other leg straight, like so, breathing in and pushing up through. Breathing in, disengaging that glute, squeezing the right glute and pushing your hips up and slightly forward. Okay, swap over onto the left side, right hand down, left hand supporting that weight. Alright, so really drive through the heel, squeeze glute and push up through. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, fantastic exercise for glute strength and core. Okay, this is a barbell RDL. Okay, RDL stands for Romanian deadlift. Okay, so what we want to do is get the bar down onto the lower rack. And again, this is one where technique is so important. Weight, start very, very light because it puts a considerable amount of stress through your hamstrings, and if you do it too heavy, you're going to be sore for days. All right, so be very sensible. But basically, posterior chain exercise. All right, what we want is a very clean hinge through your hips. All right, staying nice and strong through your lower back and upper back. Okay, so if you start to lose that posture, it doesn't work your posterior chain. All right, the nerves and muscles all contained in that are basically don't work the same way. Okay, so all we want to do is just run the barbell down the front of your legs until you feel your hamstrings stretching, squeeze your glutes and come back up. All right, so breathe in and squeeze and breathe up, breathe out again. Okay, so with the bar, hands positioned just outside hip, step back out of the cage. All right, so breathing in the way down, breathing in, feel hamstrings, squeeze glutes and come back up. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, breathing in and breathing out. Just from the side again, just see how the bar just stays connected to my body down the front of my legs. Okay, it's very important to get that glute squeeze. So breathe in, glute squeeze, and come back up again. Again, very important exercise. Posterior chain, very important, but more important to do it right with correct weight and correct technique.